Now I don't wanna do it, but I ain't afraid to die. Lord knows I ain't perfect, I ain't trying to tell a lie. It's understood and I ain't in all that woulda, coulda, shoulda. Trying to say you want peace, then you burn the. It was my God's honest that I was all about a non-violent approach, but it seems truth is a non-topic.
Yeah, like as far as your situation goes, a lot of the stuff that you did, it seems like a lot of it was online, a lot of it, like you said, just like using technology. But I remember that you were kind of one of the first and only guys I knew who seemed like you made almost a living off of like domain names at one point. You were just buying and selling the shit out of domain names. Any like nasty combination of words that you could come up with, you own that shit. Like, when did you get into that? Like, that was it seemed like a pretty lucrative thing if you timed it right.
Yeah, I got in on that at the right time. That would have been the late 90s, early
Oh, wow.
2000s. So right up
Oh, so that was a good time.
Yeah, I did that right up until like around, I probably stopped doing it shortly after Extreme Kidnapping. So like 2002, 2003. I don't really remember doing it much after that. But before that, I was buying up domain names like because I'm kind of a wordsmith and I like words. So I come up with a lot of funny names and put two words together and see if it sounds cool or something. And the niche that I got into specifically was porn domain names.
Yeah.
Coming up with the craziest names. Um, like I won't say any of them right now, but like I was coming up with crazy funny names and I'd buy them and then I'd go to the porno industry websites and I list what I had for sale and porn producers and like, industry people be like, oh, dude, that's a cool name. And I'd sell it to them. So I was doing that a lot for a couple years and it was making decent money. So that was fun.
Do you remember what the one was you made the most money off of?
There was no like big score with that. Like I think the most money I made off a domain name was like $500. You know,
But you're buying them for a couple bucks though, right?
yeah, I was only paying like $6.99 for a domain name.
That's great.
Yeah.
But most of the ones that I was flipping was more like $40, $50, $60. A couple hundred here, 100 there. But I don't think I ever flipped one for more than 500. So not life-changing money, but a good side hustle.
That's a good hustle though. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing. It's like it seems like you've always got your hands in different things. Like I think weren't you doing Bitcoin kind of before a lot of people too? Was that something you were early on?
I wish I could say yes. I knew about Bitcoin when it came out, and I thought about getting some, but I was like, I just had so many other things going on at the time that I was like, I just didn't feel like I had the energy to dedicate to learning how to do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lot harder to buy the stuff and move it around than it is now. Now anybody can do it. But back then,
Yeah.
It was a little more complicated and I didn't have the time to do it. So wish.
Yeah, like you've had like the the hacking thing, the extreme kidnapping, the counterfeiting thing, all this different stuff. If you won the lotto tomorrow, had all the money in the world, and it had nothing to do with money, what thing that you've been involved in do you think that you would do just because you love it, just because you want to grow it and make it a legacy, whatever the reason is?
Well, it wouldn't be none of the stuff that I've done in the past.
No?
Something new, huh?
I wouldn't. I'm done. I'm done with extreme kidnapping. I'm selling it now.
Damn, I thought that's the one you'd say.
Yeah, check the link in the comments where you can.
Right.
Yeah, it's up for sale on eBay right now.
Yeah, she thought you'd jump right in.
Yeah,
No, dude, I want to grow extreme kidnapping.
Damn. All right,
no,
so something different.
Yeah, I'm done with that. That was then. evolving. So music career that ship sailed. Um, Crime, I don't want no part of it. Did my time, learned my lessons. If anything, I would want to do, something new. Like get into, like I'm into crypto now. I'm really into crypto now, so I spend a lot of time in crypto. But that's just another vehicle to, make money. But I would just try to increase my independence, my freedom, extricate myself from the system as much as possible. And just like
So you're kind of talking like go off grid.
kind of, yeah, I'd like to, buy more property and build something out there and just have, like systems in place where you don't need the electric company anymore. You don't need,
Yeah.
That's what I
all
want.
that type of stuff. Just become more self
Yeah, self-sustainable.
independent, become independent.
Be a
So
full-time RVer, dude.
I've thought about it.
And I mean, you have a piece of land somewhere you can go back to when you want to, but
Mm.
I'm talking like a big, nice RV that's like a fucking home. Like that's kind
That'd
of
be nice.
what we want to do. And
That'd
just
be cool.
yeah, wherever you wake up is your home that day. Like,
Mm.
I was selling products for those in Michigan, and I got to know all those people, and they're huge communities. Like their kids are still in sports and shit,
Mhm.
even though the other kids that they play against in the sports live like 200 miles away. Like they meet up, they do it, So it's not as though you have to be completely separate from society, but you can be when you want to be.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's kind of what draws me to it. I mean, so yeah, that's interesting. Is that you would like really be working towards essentially not a job, a position, something you do as a passion, but it'd be simply to live, be
Yeah,
able to sustain yourself
self-sustaining.
and enjoy the rest of your life without all of the crap that we complain about all the time, basically.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people want.
Yeah.
So he has a libertarian dream, is what he has. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I thought you'd want to see me with the extreme kidnapping thing. I just think it was such a cool idea. And I mean, when you went on Howard Stern, that was like the holy grail of press, dude. Like either
At
you
the
were
time,
some
it
freak
was.
or you were somebody big. Like there was no in between there. Like, and it's just kind of like, damn, getting to that pinnacle. I don't know, man. Like I wish I could buy it, is what I'm saying. Like I'd love to see that shit be a household name.
Yeah.
I mean, even right now, I signed another production deal for a producer that's shopping BK around for a reality show. But like for me, like I've been down that path so many times, I'm not holding my breath. I've been
Right.
for sale. You know what I mean? So I told the guy, I was like, hey, if it sells before you get a deal, it sells. I don't care which one happens first, you know? So
Yeah.
I'm just over it. It's been 20 years, man.
Yeah, it is a
Yeah,
long
it's a
time.
long road.
It's a long time for anything, honestly. But what are you up to these days as far as what you're doing, like professionally or whatever? I know you mentioned you said you were doing getting back into like cybersecurity.
Yeah, learning some stuff about that. Mostly in a consulting capacity. I still do the TV consulting stuff, which is like I help people who have TV show ideas or have a TV show in development, and I do consulting for that. So I help them, dispel any myths, help them format it, develop it, um, sizzle reels, treatments, all that type of stuff. And then if something's like really good and up to par, I can even pitch it for them.
Huh.
So I do that. I do some security consulting with a guy that I took the K&R course with back in the 2009. I still work with him sometimes. doing some like crime consulting and stuff like that, security consulting. So a lot of different consulting. I was doing a little bit of BOP consulting for people that are on their way into prison, you know,
Hmm.
but I didn't develop it enough. I didn't spend enough time doing it. So the foothold that I got in that, I kind of like lost it. So if I wanted to get back into that, I have to create a little bit more infrastructure, but I was doing it for a little while. And then crypto, I spent a lot of time researching crypto and buying and selling crypto and hodling crypto, and it's pretty much
God, it's a lot of stuff that's just basically using your mind as far as the consulting goes.
Mhm.
That's one of those things where like I've always had a mind for it, but I never knew how to get a foot into it. But all those guys out there that want a TV show on air, definitely contact Adam Thick. He'll get your TV show on.
we'll see. We'll try.
No, I'm bullshit. I don't think you want people hitting you up like that.
No,
You can get you a record deal too, so send your mixtapes.
no.
Send your SoundCloud links.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, especially like a trap rapper or that'd be great. A drill rapper, yeah,
Oh
definitely.
no. Don't torture me like that, Mike.
It was my God's honest that I was all about a non-violent approach, but it seems truth is a non-topic.